So we got 17 trucks on the road. It's more than most. You're doing $5 million.
I've been out of the truck for 2 weeks. I've gotten more done in 2 weeks than I've gotten done in a year. I'm a risk taker. A lot of entrepreneurs are risk takers.
You don't run your business no more. Even though you think you run your business, you do not run your business. The people you empower and trust have to make the decisions. I'm sitting here with Joe, the Mad Chimney Scientist.
That's it.
There you go. That's the chimney scientist. He actually came here to our mastermind, but he's actually from Philadelphia. You're one of the few people here that are local. So thank you for coming. I appreciate you coming, Joe. Nice to have you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, brother.
Live in Roxborough.
You live in Roxborough?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I used to live I don't think it's too far, East Falls from Roxborough?
Yeah. I live next to D'Alessandro's Cheesesteaks in a little twin house, but I have like a zoo of animals back there.
Okay. So I used to live, did you ever hear of Sherman Oak Lane right there in East Falls?
Yeah, of course.
I used to live right there. We were in a little apartment there with my buddy Frank Cifelli. A little shout out to you when we were at AT&T back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty funny. So let's talk about your business. You're from Philadelphia, first of all.
Yep.
You do chimneys. Tell us what you do. Are you doing chimney repair? Are you doing building chimneys, cleaning chimneys? What are you doing?
Full service chimney company, A to Z, everything you need. You can have them inspected, cleaned, rebuilt, whatever you want. What's interesting about chimneys is a lot of people don't know they have a chimney. So if you live in Philadelphia, you live in a row home, you don't even realize that your heating system is going into a chimney. It's sitting probably center of your house. You can't see it if you have a flat roof. It probably hasn't been touched in 100 years. And one day you give us a call because it's caved in, your heating system's not working anymore.
Okay. So you do A through Z. Now, you're on the bigger side of companies here. I think you have 20 trucks on the road.
No, I have 17. We're just a little over 5 million.
All right, so this guy's a fucking thinker, people. When someone says 20, you say 17, my man, Joe, that's close enough. I mean, in the real world. But, Joe, we're going to go with it here, brother. So we got 17 trucks on the road, but that's more than most. You're doing $5 million. Mm-hmm. You were never in home services before because you were a drug dealer.
I actually, yeah, but briefly.
That's me saying that. That's a joke, guys, by the way. He was in pharmaceutical sales.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Well, when you're a kid, you do stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
But then my other business was I used to clean aquariums and build custom aquariums when I was a kid. So that was my first service business. That failed with the recession. All my customers had doctors' offices and financial guys. That went to crap. I owned a pizzeria down the shore when I was in my early 20s. I failed, lost all my money in that, and then I moved back in with my parents and went back to school for microbiology and economics.
But then you said, I'm going to go do pharmaceutical sales, all joking aside, and you decided then to go into the chimney business.
I wasn't doing pharmaceutical sales. I was doing like microbiology, but yes.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah. So how do you get into the chimney business? Like
my uncle owns a fireplace showroom, and I worked there, briefly helped him get it up and running when I was in undergrad. And I recognized
what's the name? It's not Redinger, is it?
No. He's kind of retiring now. It's a small shop in Elverson, Pennsylvania called Chester County Hearth and Home. Okay. But I just realized there's a lot of inventory in owning a fireplace showroom, and there's not very good margins, in my opinion. Chimney companies, minimal materials, very high margins, and much greater need. You don't necessarily want to have a fireplace, but you need to have your chimney repaired if you have a heating system going into it.
It's funny because I got a ton of damn chimneys in my house. I live on a farm.
Yeah.
I apologize. My son, the goat, give me 1 second. Because we're going to edit this, I'm just going to tell him I'm doing this. Do you have children?
Bring them on.
LJ, I'm sitting here with Joe. We're doing a podcast, and I tell him I try to always answer for my son. Say hi to Joe.
Hi, Joe.
What's up, dude?
He's wondering why you're called the goat, LJ.
Oh, because I am the goat.
What do you want, buddy, real fast? I'll get back to this.
Oh, I was just saying hi.
All right, let me call you in 5 minutes, right? I love you.
I love you.
All right. So you get in the chimneys. How do you learn? Is it just you're a smart guy and you started figuring this shit out? Because I know I couldn't just go into the chimney business and start fixing them. Or you just start hiring people that can fix them.
So it's a little, the short answer is there's something called Chimney Safety Institute of America. You can get some certifications there, learn about chimneys. But what's interesting about the Northeast is that there's a lot of historic buildings and historic chimneys, and there's not a tremendous amount of education on that. So you have to do a lot of work to understand historic lime mortar and things of that nature so that you're not actually damaging the masonry while you're trying to repair it with a modern mortar.
Yeah, because the beginning of my house is built, the front part of my farm was built in the 1700s.
Yeah, you got to really know what you're doing.
And it has chimneys. And then the last one was built in 18 something part of it, then 1940, and then 2024 that I added on to. But
that's awesome. Those are my favorites. Like old walk-in fireplaces, we do full restorations of those. There's a company called Cathedral Stone Products. They make the mortars for the national monuments in the United States. And they do a lot of training for doing like stone carvings and stone repairs on like gargoyles. You can get a lot of training and education from them. They're down in DC. I really try to promote to masons. I'm like, hey, learn historic lime mortar, because in the Northeast, everything built before 1929 on residential properties was made with historic lime mortar. The density of that is 10 times less dense than a modern mortar that you would buy at Home Depot. So you really need to have the right materials that are the same densities, they expand and contract at the same rate, they don't trap moisture, things of that nature.
How many salespeople do you have?
6.
So you expect a salesperson to sell somewhere between $750,000 and $1 million a year. Hey everyone, thank you for joining us today. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Service Titan and Rilla, our technology of choice to helping us scale and grow our business and making sure all of our viewers have the technology to scale their business so when they want to sell it, they're able to.
No. So we have our B guys and our A guys. We have 2 A guys. And by the way, this is my first 2 weeks out of the field not selling. So that was been that.
Come on, people. Like that is big.
That's
I don't
huge.
think you understand.
Huge.
Get out of the truck. Get out. Like that's a rule for any one of my partners that partner with me. You're not allowed in the truck except to go help sell and coach. But outside of that, you're not allowed to go to a job, to project manage it. We hire people that do that. You got to work on the business.
If I have to say anything on this podcast, any takeaway that you'll let me say is this.
Absolutely.
Like,
so whatever you want.
I'm telling you, dude, like, I'm a risk taker. A lot of entrepreneurs are risk takers. Okay. You take risk running a business, getting a business up and running. I should have risked way more to get myself out of the truck so much faster. I've been out of the truck for 2 weeks. I've gotten more done in 2 weeks than I've gotten done in a year. I'm going to be insane in the next 6 months. I have no idea what my life's going to be like. Okay. And it's like, I don't think people that are entrepreneurs that work and live in the truck know that. I don't think they really quite grasp it, because I thought that I was a knowledgeable guy. I thought I was like, okay, yeah, I'll get out of the truck. I have a little more time. No, you start breaking down the processes, and that's what business is all about. So that is the key.
What do you think of the mastermind?
I'm loving it. What I love about the mastermind is going over a lot of these processes and going over a lot of information that helps give me some direction.
You know, how did you find out about the mastermind, if you don't mind me asking?
Instagram.
Do you follow me? Is that why?
We do. Chimney Scientist follows you.
Chimney Scientist follows you. So now you know it's Joe when I see you.
Just look for Chimney Scientist. Trust me. Your guy knows this. What's your CEO's name?
Bill.
Yeah. That's how you knew about the pee bottles.
So this is my issue, and like I don't do my own social media.
Yeah.
Most people don't know that.
Yeah.
Unless you see something with me, with my family or my wife.
Yeah.
It's not.
I'm the same. Yeah.
So I don't do my own social media. Yeah. And number 2, I really don't look at social media because I think 90% of it is bullshit. I
delete it every couple of days because it's addictive and it's bullshit. Yes.
You know, what questions do you have? Sure. What's your biggest takeaway from the mastermind before we jump into that?
Can I take a look?
Sure, you do it. Listen, you do everyone. Joe, you told people you were a drug dealer. Shit. All bets are off.
All bets are off, dude.
You're following him now.
Oh, thank you.
You got to sell weed when you're a kid. Like, what else are you going to do? But I wish I had someone around me smart enough as an entrepreneur to tell me that you can make a lot more money doing things legally than illegally.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
I didn't know that. I was like, 15 years old, 16 years old. I'm like cutting grass. I'm like, but I didn't quite understand that I had to expand. So I would say the biggest takeaway is doing delegating, or let's see here, training my direct reports to give one-on-ones. I'm very much overly empathetic. I'm like really want to help my employees. And I realize that's hurting me and hurting them because I'm spending too much time doing too many one-on-ones with everyone. So what I need to do is train my direct reports to be doing those one-on-ones. And then I do one-on-ones with my direct reports.
So you've been here for about 8-9 hours now.
Yeah.
Probably, right?
Yeah. You
haven't seen me come out of that conference room except for in this podcast room, have you?
Seen you come out of that? No.
What's that tell you? You see there's hundreds of employees walking around here.
Yeah. Well, what are you doing in the conference room? I didn't really look in there. I have no idea.
I'm working on the business. We're working on agreements, contracts, schedules with my CFO, with my accountants, my lawyers all day, running the business. Now, there's times I'll be with Bill Kelly, those people. But to the point where you said, you have to remove yourself from every day-to-day employees.
Yeah.
Because you're doing two things. It's unfair to them because you don't make the decisions no more because you don't run your business no more. Even though you think you run your business, you do not run your business.
Yeah.
The people you empower and trust to run your business have to make the decisions. So if you're not going to make the decision, you got to stop communicating a step below. Now you can be nice, ask about their families, talk about that. But everyone that works for me knows they can come to me with any problem. But the first thing I want to do is bring their leader in to get a solution.
Cool.
I mean, because just, you have to have some checks and balances.
Absolutely.
You just really do.
Mm-hmm.
What questions do you have for me? Ask whatever you want.
You know, I will. One of the things I was going to tell you was that this mastermind was so helpful. I thought that I would have a ton of questions for you, but what's going to really help me grow my business is you're asking questions to your CEO and Kelly. Those guys are rock stars, and literally just asking her questions today, like, I already know what to do. Like, I guess I'll come tomorrow because now I'm psyched and I have a good direction.
No, it's funny. That's the ultimate compliment someone can ever pay me because I surround myself with people smarter than me. Because I always tell people, I'm not a smart man.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I know. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not. But what I do have is a way of bringing people smarter around me, be loyal to me, and I'm loyal to them. And it's worked for 30 years, well, 20 years on my own now.
Sometimes I think about my deficiencies, like I'm not organized at all, but I have great people that are super organized. And now that I'm out of the field, one of my biggest problems is being self-aware of like not doing busy work because I'm so disorganized and foolish, but my real skills, and I think most entrepreneurs' real skills, are what you just said, which is empathy, bringing people together, and leadership. And you're killing it at that.
That's the only thing I bring to the table. And I don't even know where I get those skill sets from. I mean, I'm just joking, but I mean, like, it's, you literally have to trust the people. And I think this is why so many people never get out of the truck, why so many people, they can't let go. They're afraid of mistakes happening. Well, guess what? Mistakes are going to happen as you grow. Oh, yeah. They're afraid of customer complaints. You're going to have customer complaints. You don't want them, but you're going to have them. You're going to have employees that are upset over time, over the dumbest shit and over real shit sometimes. You have to deal with it, you know? And I think people are afraid to say that someone's smarter than them, where I am not.
Yeah.
That's the easiest thing for me to say, right? When you're self-aware. You know, listen, I appreciate you being here. I'm looking forward to having dinner with you. If you need anything, let me know, brother.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.